We are here for the next division, and the next division is all about trash talk, and that is going to be the NFC South. I don't think in any of these episodes, each person that I talk to is not talking trash about another team in the NFC South. I just love that. For those of you that don't know, the NFC South consists of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Carolina Panthers, the New Orleans Saints, and I can never forget the Atlanta Falcons. This division this year, we all know last year this was the division in football that had somebody in the playoffs that didn't have a winning record. That by default makes this division very interesting because you never know what you're going to get. Every team has some work to do. I don't think anybody would disagree that every team has some work to do. When you look at the New Orleans Saints, they have a second-year quarterback, they have a second-year head coach, and they're trying to figure it out. They did some drafting that made a lot of sense. They've done some things that made a lot of sense. There's some veterans that as of this recording, we don't know if they're going to be back. I think that they could benefit from that veteran leadership, but it is what it is at this point. That's just who the New Orleans Saints are right now. They're trying to figure themselves out. And then that leads me to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a while were like the staple of this division, and then now they just aren't. So you have Baker Mayfield, which is great, but you lose Mike Evans. They lost a veteran on defense that decided to retire. I don't really know what is going to happen with this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. They also have to figure it out. And then that leads me to the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers won the division last year, but they have a losing record. That's just what it is. I do think they did a great job in free agency, but the truth is they're only going to go as far as Bryce Young can take them, and I don't know where Bryce Young is taking them, but they're depending on Bryce Young to take them somewhere, so that makes them very important. And then you have the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons just find ways to lose every week, and that's just what they do. I don't understand it. I don't know how that works, but now they have a new head coach. We all know when they got the new head coach, I was just kind of like, okay, I don't know what this is going to be. We don't know who's going to be playing quarterback. However, the Atlanta Falcons have the best running back in the division in Bijan, and I could not make a video and not talk about him. So there's that. But the truth is the Atlanta Falcons are either very close because they find ways to lose games in close games, or they're just far and it just isn't going to work. But they have a new coach. They have to figure it out. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm not going to sit here and say I trust any of these teams. This division is wide open. So whoever decides to figure it out is going to win this division. The thing I think this division is going to come down to is who is going to have the best defense. The best defense in this division is probably going to win that division. I don't know who that's going to be. I don't know what it's going to look like, but defense here is going to matter. You're going to have to stop somebody. That is just what it's going to be in this division because I don't think any of us really know what to expect from the NFC South. So at this point, it just kind of is what it is. But you're not here to listen to me talk about the NFC South. Let me roll some of the clips of the people that I talked to for this series. If you want more of me and more of my content, don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Don't forget to also leave me a comment in the comment section below. And for those of you that don't know, I do have memberships available. There's 2 different tiers. So if you want more of me, there are options where you can get more of me. Now let me get you back to your video.
You know, again, I still don't know where we're going because we didn't even keep Raheem that long, only 2 seasons. And it's just like, what are we doing? And if you ask anybody in the fan base and don't ask Black and Mild Twitter, I'll be on. Let me explain it to you. There's 2 sides of Falcon fans. There are 2 sides of Falcon fans. We have Black and Mild Barbershop Twitter, and we have the actual ball knowers of Twitter. So please go ask the ball knowers of Twitter. Do not ask Black and Mild or Barbershop Twitter. I'm just being honest, because some of their comments, as soon as we got Michael Penix, everybody thought we were back. But you ask the ball knowers, we still got to test to see who really Penix is. So
right,
just
understood.
Just understand that, you know, it's 2 sides of us. But in retrospect, with everything, like I said, we still trying to figure out who Penix is. That ACL injury did not help him. We did sign Tua. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what we're looking at on the offensive side of the ball. I know what we are with the defensive side because we kept our DC. So I get that. They want more pass rush. I get it. We're in the trenches, you know. Yeah. But I don't know what we're looking like on that offensive side of the ball right now. So again, this to bring it back all to say is looking very bleak. I have to wait until I see training camp and preseason to know the right direction where we're really trying to go.
With as many weapons as possible, including taking a wide receiver who has some injury concerns, which is why he probably was not the number 1 wide receiver taken. No offense to Cornell Tate, but if Tyson would have stayed healthy his whole college career, he probably would have easily been the number one wide receiver prospect and the first wide receiver taken in a draft. So you just hope that he stays healthy, because if he does, there is no reason why he cannot, especially while he plays the role of the number 2 wide receiver behind Chris Olave, be a difference maker on this offense. So Jordan Tyson should far and above be the biggest impact player that we have taken in the 2026 NFL draft.
Did you pick him because he's a guy that people say looks like you?
So I'm sure you saw, as you let me know, apparently every light-skinned player in sports history has to be compared to John O'Brien. Now, look, and some of them don't even look close to me. Like, the first person I can see, I grew my hair out, obviously, from our last time, so I can see them saying, oh, look at the hair. You know, I'm not doing a Michael Jackson impersonation, y'all. I know the movie just came out, which was great, but now I just kind of like to play with my hair. But every light-skinned
everyone.
I'm going to get it at least once in my mentions. Hey, John, good job, good game. Like, you know, hey, John's little cousin, a little friend. I'm like, no, but no, I did not pick him because, you know, even though I will say this, I think the Saints have the lightest wide receiver room in the NFL now.
They have light skin. It's a light skin
room. But this shit personal to me now. Like, I need those wide receiver corps this year to ball out. Like, the light skin delegation, we are relying on it, okay? You know, after Drake lost to Kendrick.
It's like, so quarterback is my biggest worry.
Okay.
And it leads me to the next thing, like I stated to you.
Tell me.
Two of my favorite undrafted free agents that we picked up.
Oh, is that the question you think I should have asked?
No. That was just saying, that was something that you might can add. Like, because I like 2 of my undrafted free agents.
Who?
I like Eric Rivers, the wide receiver from Georgia Tech. He had an amazing season. He had over, I think, a 1,200-yard season when he was at FIU. He transferred to Georgia Tech, got banged up a little bit, was supposed to be the number 1 receiver. He ended the year with like 600 and some yards. He'll blow the back end. His playmaking ability and the speed is ridiculous.
Okay.
So I feel like when I saw we picked him up, I'm like, oh wow, wait a minute, he didn't get drafted. And that's because he had kind of injuries. His last year didn't really pan out in his way. We picked him up. Even though we're stacked at receiver, I still like that pickup just because of his speed alone. Dude is a speedster. So I love that pickup. But then we got Jalen Daniels. Not sure if you remember it. You watched Colorado, the black quarterback from Kansas. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's not going to drop a dime, but I like his edginess. You know what I mean? I kind of like what he kind of brings. So I was like
his swag.
I like that pickup.
He's
because
kind of like Baker, but white. As far as that, it's not the football, but just like how he carries him. Okay.
I'm pretty satisfied with it, honestly.
Is there a day 2 or day 3 pick that you think is going to end up being a steal?
I think I kind of just brought it up. I think Sam Heck is going to be really good. Yeah. Like, I think, to me, I always thought he was the best center. I thought it was between him and John Slaughter from Florida being the best centers coming out in this class, and we really needed a center bad. We just lost Cade Mays. Now, we did bring somebody else in, but again, kind of like more like a role player or like just a guy not trying to be like fun. Because Luke Fortner, I believe is his name. We brought him in, and again, he's a starter. He can play in the league, but he's going to be probably a one-and-done situation. Like, probably after this year, it's going to be, Sam Heck's job to lose, essentially. So I think, to me, that's the player I realize. I think even getting Chris Brazell, like, in the 4th round, I thought that was – or in the 3rd round, I thought that was crazy. Like, I'm not going to lie, because he was getting, like, first-round hype, and a lot of people say, like, he's a one-route merchant and all that stuff, but, like, his speed is incredible. Like, we've seen what he was able to do against Georgia. And even if you want to go back to when he was at Tulane, he was really good, too. Besides just running streaks. So we need somebody that can beat people downfield. That's our biggest problem on offense. We don't have anybody that can beat anybody downfield. So I think he might be another one that's going to make a pretty sizable impact for us.
As I've done every single week, all of these videos are going to premiere at 4 p.m. Central. If the people in the video have a YouTube channel, I will add them as collaborators, but I will always put their information in the description for you to see it, so don't you even worry about that. The other thing I want to mention too is let me know in the comment section below what you're thinking about these teams. Like, do you trust the Saints? Do you trust the Panthers? Do you trust the Falcons? Do you trust Tampa Bay? Who do you think is going to win this division? This division is one of those where I can't really call it. They have new coaches, they have old coaches, they have old quarterbacks, they have new quarterbacks, they have a quarterback that's kind of figuring it out, they have teams that are kind of figuring it out. Some of these teams have injured players that are coming back. I don't really know what is going to happen in this division, but that's the NFL for you. Sometimes some of these divisions you just don't really know. You just have to wait and see. The NFC South is definitely a wait and see, but I know where the best running back is located. I also think I know where the best quarterback is located, and I don't really know how I feel about any of these coaches, so who really knows what's going to happen in this division? But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. As always, I'll see you in my next video.